Hello, and good evening to you all. My name is Blair Bryson, and I'm here to share with you a little bit of my personal story about how the Fatherhood Support Network has helped inform me on how to be an actively involved father in my son's life while dealing with issues of unhealthy co-parenting because I'm no longer in a relationship with his mother. Big surprise, right? A lot of us guys, single fathers or fathers in the room here tonight can just in general relate to. Um, for me, I dealt with uh, just a lot of craziness when I separated from my son's mother. All right, let me tell you, I was with her on and on for 8 years. Um, I was in the music business. I had a good job in the music business, so I provided and took care of the family. When she got pregnant, I paid for all the hospital bills. And I just have been a good provider and actively involved in my child's life. Played, made sure he played sports, coached his sports, made sure he did his homework. I just wasn't a deadbeat dad. And when things didn't work out for professional reasons for me, I lost my good job I had, and I started asking for financial help from my son's mother. That's where our issues really began and really stapled things for us. She's a teacher. She had a decent job, so naturally I'm asking for help, and I wasn't getting help. So after a while, I got fed up, and that was ultimately the cause and demise of our relationship. Was unfortunately, it was financial. I just couldn't stomach it anymore, so the relationship ended, and it didn't end in a nice manner, should I say, because there was financial issues involved. So naturally, when she left the house, she made it as difficult as possible for me to be involved in my son's life. So all these normal things I was used to doing, like coaching him every day after school, having him in the backyard, or being able to take him to the park, making sure he was on top of his sports just like he was with his academics, being able to do homework with him, and just being able to spend time with him, watch movies, play video games. Just that extra time was taken away from me. And it was basically thrown in my face because I was all about money. And she was the teacher and had enrolled him in school. That she was more, I guess, let me say, more entitled to his time and to our child than I was. And she just really, she made it really hard to see my child. And then she would have adult conversations with my son about things that she shouldn't be talking about. I have a 6-year-old child, so these are things that should not be discussed. He should be talking about Legoland and, school and sports, not why mommy and daddy aren't getting along and why things aren't working out. So um, and just throwing stuff in my face, nasty texts, all the back and forth, and I got fed up. So I didn't know what to do. I was pulling my hair out, and my mom and my father, they had a friend named Stan. Hats off to Stan, thank you very much. And Stan told me that he was involved with this Fatherhood Support Network group, and there was somebody to call and somebody to talk to, and they can give you information, and they can definitely help you when you're dealing with a situation like myself, and you want to be involved with the child, and you're just dealing with an unhealthy co-parenting situation. So, guys, I'm here to tell you, there's somebody out there to help you. They're called the Fatherhood Support Network group, and when you just ready to, you wanna kill somebody, you wanna go crazy because you're doing everything right, and they're making it so difficult for you not to be. Man, there's somebody to call. There's somebody to talk to. There's somebody that can help, and a lot of young fathers or a lot of young guys who haven't have it's their first child, or they just don't know any better, haven't gone through anything, or don't know there's help out there. This is a great group. This is a great network. This is a great support system, you know. And I'm just happy to be a part of it because they definitely help save me a lot of headache and heartache in my personal struggle dealing with, of course, from my side of it, a crazy baby mama. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I'm not saying I've been the best man in a relationship, but I am, in my eyes, the world's number one dad, as everybody else here should feel. And I go all out for my son. I do anything for my son. I make sure he has whatever he needs. So, I've even, let's put it this way, guys, going from a high paid record executive to having to drive Uber driver to make sure my son has what he's needed to have and provide for him is what I've done. And while I've done that, I've dealt with, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, and I got more rights to my son. And I've really dealt with that. And I've for somebody you took care of for 8 years, you done bought him a car, you done paid for the house, and you done provided a way, and you're asking just help me out, and they don't want to. It's just you feel it's not fair, and then when they're gone, and then you can't deal with your child, you feel that's unfair. So what Stan and the Fatherhood Support Network did for me was they informed me. They gave me the tools I needed to fight back to where I didn't have to deal with those kind of issues and be pulling my hair out and going crazy every other day because I want to see my kid or I want to be involved in his life. They pointed me to how to do this legally and how not to come and cost myself thousands and thousands of dollars to do it legally. I was able to get with a paralegal and I was able to file the necessary paperwork. I was even able to be so informed and get so lucky in dealing with somebody in the paralegal system that was involved in it so long that for a little bit of nothing, it seems like a lot up front, but I was able to even change my judge. She informed me, hey, the judge you have is not a good judge. It's going to cost you a little bit more money, but we're encouraging you to change your judge. So when you go in there, we're not saying he's all for you, but it'll be fair. It'll be 50-50. He'll listen to everything both of you have to say. So, and that's all you want. A guy like me, I just want a fair shot. I'm not trying to keep my child from my son's mother. I'm not trying to be, vengeful and, neglect his, like I said, neglect his situation he has going with his mom. I just don't want to be involved with his mother anymore. And for whatever reason, she's not cool with that, and she wants to make it difficult. So, I've gone through all the legal steps now to, I guess, cover myself. So I was able, like I said, I was able to change the judge, and I had my hearing on May the 6th. And I've got a feeling this is going to be a good story. I'm probably going to get 50-50 custody of my child, and I'll be able to spend more time with him. And a lot of the BS will be cut out. When we go see a judge and he informs us, things are going to run this way and that way, which I don't have a problem with doing. I just don't want to deal with all the extra BS. So, and hence, to make a long story short, guys, the Fatherhood Support Network, they will help you, as they've helped me, cut out a lot of the extra BS that you're dealing with. When you're dealing with a custody case, a custody battle, or custody issues, or child support issues with your child's mother. So, again, when you feel like you're going to pull your hair out, you want to go crazy, hey man, pick up the phone, shoot an email to the Fatherhood Support Network and all the fathers out there. Any of us, we'll get on the phone and talk to you and share our personal story with you. Stan shared this after I told him what I was going through. He told me about his personal struggles and what he had went through, and that's why he was able to help me and inform me and give me the tools I needed. So, don't be scared to look for help, fellas. Don't be scared to go and inform yourself on how to deal with a unhealthy co-parenting situation. That's just what I'm gonna call it, because there's two sides to every story. Nobody's perfect, and you just get into situations where it's an unhealthy co-parenting thing, and you want help. And a lot of time these mothers feel entitled because they birthed the child, or they they're the mothers, which I'm not taking away anything from any woman or any mother, but they just feel more entitlement to them, and that's not the case. Guys, you can be just involved actively in your child's life as you want to be. Sometimes you just got to fight the good fight, and I'm in it to fight the good fight. I'm not a deadbeat dad. I love my kid, and I'm thankful. Let me say that. I'm thankful for what they've done, and I've gone through a rough period, but these people help me, and they can help you, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Okay, so there's help people, and they're called the Fatherhood Support Network. So Thank you guys. You guys have a good evening. This is Mr. Blair Bryson from North Las Vegas signing out. Fatherhood Support Network, thank you.